What is up, everybody? We are ranking Colossus's hero cards. I just got done playing the last game for it. Let me tell you, this set of games was not the most fun of the heroes I've done so far, but I think it's because I chose Red Skull and it was randomly generated, so that's the big issue. I wasn't sure who to play with them because I would have used Get Up in Games, but I didn't have Magog. So I went random choice, and it was probably a really bad choice. But I did win 2 out of the 4 games, even though it was more than 4. But still, 2 out of the 4 aspects. Yeah, I did win 2 out of the 4 aspects. But I tried not to let that judgment go to the cards that I didn't or did play. I did my best to think outside of just the games I played. So let's get into it then, Harry. Alright, so hero form, I gave a 3. So Colossus is a 1/2/2. He can have 1 additional tough status, so that means he can have up to 2 tough statuses. Steal Scan response after you change to this form, give Colossus a tough status, so when you flip over, you automatically have those tough statuses. I gave it a 3 because tough status is amazing, and especially if you can get 2, which Colossus's hero cards allow him to get 2. It's pretty good. His thwart isn't that great, but his attack and defense are still pretty good, especially with other boosts from his cards. So I gave him a 3. His alter ego, I actually gave a 4. His alter ego, a 4 recovery, hand size 6 and 4. Oh yeah, I forgot. Colossus hand size is 4, which is pretty bad. But his points is 14, so it kind of makes up for it. Makes up for the 2 tough as well. 4 recovery, hand size 6, hit points 14. This is a setup, and you know how much I just love setups. Search your deck for a copy of Organic Skill and add it to your hand. That's not a bad one, gives you an extra card in your first hand. Aspiring Artist response, after you change to this form, shuffle a Colossus card from your discard pile into your deck. So this one is more than a setup, that's why I bumped it up to a 4, especially with the 4 recovery. Because not only is it a setup, but when you flip over, you get to add more of your primary cards to your deck for a chance to get them again. So this is why this one's bumped up all the way to the 4. Moving on to Shadowcat. Shadowcat I didn't play often enough, but looking at her card, I actually made her a 3. She's a 3/2/2/3. She's an X-Men. Shadowcat ignores the guard and patrol keywords and crisis icons in play. So she is a pretty good card. For a cost of 3, you get 2, 2, and 3. And she ignores guard and the crisis icons. That is really good, especially playing against villains who have a lot of minions with guard or with crisis icons in general. She's a great ally for Colossus, I think. That's why I bumped her to 3, even though I didn't play her as often as I should have. Moving on to the studio, I gave it a 1. Now, I gave it a 1 because I didn't play it very often, and I didn't know if I liked the idea of discarding cards from my deck until I discarded a Colossus card and added that to my hand. But I think Colossus is meant to go to alter ego more often than I should have been playing him, due to a lot of other cards like Armor Up or the fact that you get a 6 hand size instead of a 4. But I just didn't see the... That's what I'm looking for. I can't see the interest in doing that when I probably should have. Hopefully next game I play with them I can use it better. Iron Will is a 2. This one I didn't play as much either. But Colossus gets 1 thwart that bumps him from 1 to 2. Sorry, my eyes are... Key response, after tough status cards discarded from Colossus, draw 1 cards. This is pretty good because obviously you can get 2 toughs on him. If they both remove, you get 2 extra cards, which bumps his 4 hand size to a 6 if he gets attacked a bunch during the villain phase. So it's not horrible, but I did rate it as a 2 because I didn't get it out there as much as I wanted to. Moving on, Titanium Muscles, I put up as 3. It's a 2 cost upgrade. He gets 1 attack, and you can exhaust this card, generate a strength resource for each tough status card on you. The reason this is a 3 instead of a 2 because you can generate 2 strength resources if you have 2 status cards on there. Plus the attack makes it 203. That's pretty good. Moving on to organic steel. What I put is a 3. Now this is the card that your setup allows you to put into your hand. Basically, it's 2 cost upgrade. There's 2 steel counter uses on it. Your response after tough status card is discarded from Colossus. Exhaust this card and remove 1 steel counter from it. Give Colossus tough status card. So essentially, every time you lose, not every time, once per round. Yeah. Well, once per phase. Well, once per round, I guess. Once per round, if you lose a tough status card, you can use this to gain it back, essentially. This is pretty good to get out there, especially right away. That way you don't get bombarded with attacks or later on. That's why I gave it a 3. Moving on to Made of Rage, I put as a 3. 0 cost event, but you do need to make sure you have a tough status card in order to use it. When you make a basic attack, discard a tough status card from your hero. You get +6 attack for that attack. That attack gains overkill. So 6 attack onto is 2. That makes it an 8 if you have the +1 upgrade on him. That's 9 attack right there. Plus the overkill, which is really nice on any guards, which you can see in the protection aspect game. I use that to win the game. That's why it's bumped up to 3, because that +6 and overkill is really good. Moving on to Steel Fist, I actually put as a 4. Now the main reason I put it as a 4 is because you don't have to exhaust to use it. You can deal 5 damage to an enemy, then you may discard a tough status card from your hero, stun and confuse the enemy. You do not have to do the second part of this. The first part, unless there's a rule that I'm not aware, please let me know in the comments. This is why I bumped it as a 4. It's only cost 2 for 5 damage, plus a stun and confuse if you're able to. So I think that's a really good card. Moving on to whoever's next. What's next? Bulletproof Protector. I put that as a 4 as well. The 0 cost event, discard a tough status card from your hero to either choose, give your hero 2 tough status cards, or ready your hero. This is great if you already have two toughs and you need to attack and ready back up, do that. Or if you have one and you need to, that way you can go ahead and use like Steel Fist. But make sure you already have an extra tough type thing like that. Really good card, I think. That's why I put it up to the 4. Last but not least is Armor Up. I put it as a 2. Now the only thing, it's a 0 cost event, Alter Ego Interrupt. When the villain activates, change to hero form. So before the villain can scheme, you change to hero form and he attacks you instead. Or they attack you. I mainly only use this, that way I could draw 6 cards right away. I think this could be a good combo for stuff like if you have Iron Will out there, that way you can draw more cards, make your 6 hand size bigger. But I just put it as 2 because I didn't use it as often enough as I should have. Now that's all the cards. My hero ranking for him is actually 7.5 out of 10, which I thought was kind of surprising because of how bad the games went. But like I said at the beginning, I took that into consideration, but also out of it, to really look at the cards and be like, okay, if I played a different game, I could like this. Now most of these games each of these digging deep episodes really helped me understand the hero. This one was rough because I couldn't really get into each of the cards because I was trying to take care of Red Skull's crap that he kept, side schemes that he kept going out at me. And Colossus just doesn't have the warding capabilities in order to do that, or I wasn't able to play it that way. Otherwise, I would like to put him to the table again to actually get into his cards more and figure him out a little bit better, like the previous heroes that I've done digging deep with. Sadly, this was not one of those times, but I am hoping to get him back to the table when I can. Right, if you like this ranking, 7.5 out of 10, please let me know. Let me know what you think of each of the cards. I would love to see your comments and what your ranking would be. As always, if you like this content, please like and subscribe. And you can also follow me on my 3 socials: Facebook, Discord, and Twitch, which are all in the details below. All right, thanks for hanging out. Deuces.